Diamond pack is going to become the premium pack. So Core, Advanced, Premium will be the new names. I know it'll take us a little bit for all of us to get used to it, but I think these names came out fantastic. And so let's go ahead and just break down each one of these packs so you can understand how it's all broken down. So as we move over to the starter pack, the price is going to remain the same. There's no sleeves with this starter pack. There's no BV, no PIB paid out. This is essentially someone who wants to just get their foot in the door. So they do have an option to purchase product on top of the starter pack. And as Garrett mentioned, going into this new 300 lifetime PV, whatever product they purchase, starting with the starter pack, every product that they purchase is going to be counting towards that 300 lifetime PV. We're going to touch on that here in a moment, but just to give you an idea, the starter kit will remain the same as what you've been used to. As we move on to our core pack, or formerly the silver pack, there are going to be some slight...
Guys, we're going to go into this for about 10 minutes or so while people are joining in. And really the reason is I want to let you guys hear this directly from the company, how the new packs are lined up. But then I'll be getting into that with you here just as soon as we give a chance for more people to jump in about 10 minutes.
Tweaks here. One thing I love is that the price is actually going to slightly drop. It's going to go from the $300 from before to a $295. So it gives our brand partners a $5 savings there from before. We are going to be increasing the BV on it from previously 165 to 180. One of our big focuses here at Lifewave is to encourage our brand partners to begin cycling as soon as they can. And so obviously that BV is very important for that. And the PIB will be going through a small drop from 165 BV or $55 PIB. It'll drop down to $35. But the great thing is now the sleeves are going to stay exactly the same for the exact same price that was getting paid before. So the core pack is the one that has stayed very closely to what we've been used to up until now. But as we move on to our new advanced pack, just to touch base on this one, the advanced pack is going to have a slight price increase. It'll go up to $535. But the great thing is now you get an option, whether you want to just get X39, you're going to get 6 full sleeves of X39, or a mix and match, you can get up to 12 of our other sleeves included in that pack. The BV, I love that we've been able to increase the BV on this from 275 to 300. And as Garrett mentioned, that lifetime of 300 PV is going to be important for rank advancements. And so keep that in mind. We're going to touch on that here in a moment. But 300 BV gets you in at that advanced pack, and the PIB on that will be paying at $75 for your new enrollments that you bring in on that pack. You get $75 as their sponsor. As we overview our newest pack, or our newest diamond pack, now transitioning into the premium pack. So this one's interesting. We've gotten a few questions when we announced this pack. The increase on this pack is a little bit more than the previous pack on the advanced pack. It's going to be a $150 increase from the $1,600 that we were used to before to $1,750 now. However, what's great is we are having a significant increase on the BV. It's going to be increasing from 610 to 745. Again, keeping in mind the importance of cycling, and so getting that volume in is going to play a big part in that. The PIB, and Garrett touched on this earlier. Previously, the PIB was getting paid out. Potentially, you could earn, your $500 PIB, but then there was, the cases where, perhaps you didn't have a diamond pack, or perhaps you weren't a senior director and you couldn't get that full commission. There was the roll up that went to the upline, and since, for us to stay within, regulatory. Staying within the parameters that, our industry needs to stay within. The great thing is now the PIB is going to be $405 regardless of which pack you came in. As long as you're an active brand partner, you're eligible for your commissions, you're going to get that flat $405 going forward. So this is great for someone who's just getting started. They're excited to get started here at Lifewave. And any new brand partners they're bringing in on this premium pack, you're going to get that flat $405 regardless of which pack they came in. So this is a fantastic update to our packs and the way our commissions pay out. So just to keep in mind,
I'm going to pause just for a second just to comment on that, because we still got people popping in. What he's talking about there is no matter what level you come in at, if you are the base level all the way up to the top level, if you sign up a person that is a premium person, you get that full $405 bonus will be paid directly to you. Used to be that was split up. If you were in the old days, let's say, for example, if you were a silver, you might only get $200 of that, and then somebody else gets another 100, and another person gets another 100, or however that might work out. But they changed it. But I think that's only for the premium person that you sign up. Otherwise, I think it's still got a share in there. So that means that if a person comes in at that base level, they will actually get that if they sign up. A good example of this, John Moore has got a guy, JP, and JP is a brand partner, but JP actually signed up a diamond right before the change come into effect, right? But JP's like I think he was all the way down at the very bottom, like a starter pack. He would have actually got the full bonus, but in the old system, he didn't. He got a small bonus out of that, and that was actually given to other parts of his team instead. But now it would change. Now he would, even if he's still at that rank where he's at right now, which I think he may be up to that one grade higher now, but he would still get every premium person he brought along, he'll get that full bonus in there if he brings in more people, which that helps you to be able to grow financially a lot quicker. So I'm going to let this play a little bit more because it's really important to kind of understand how this works, but then we'll look at it the way we see it in our own, because this is just showing you in a PowerPoint. It's not showing you what it looks like in real time in your back office.
That have been used to the former diamond pack, where there is a trickle volume where you can you'll stay eligible for your commissions for following an additional 2 months outside of your first month. This is going to continue the same. This is not going to be changing. And so the way it's going to modify in terms of volume is there is going to be in that first month that someone gets started and they buy their premium pack. That first month, it's going to be the BV is going to be 525. Then their following month, they're going to have 110, and then their following month, they're going to have 110 in BV. So the trickle volume that we've all been used to is still going to continue similar, just that, it's a higher volume now associated with the premium pack. So we've gotten a lot of great feedback about this. We are going to touch on the next screen. I know we're getting some questions here about the sleeves. I do want to touch real quickly on the breakdown of the 3 enrollment packs. So as we look at the core pack, this is going to be fantastic for those of you that have been buying or that have enrolled silver packs previously. We're going to have the same 3 sleeves of X39 or X49, or if you have an option of wanting to get some of the other sleeves, you can get up to 6 of the other patches that we have. You can get a full 6 with the core pack. The advanced pack, the slight tweak, as we mentioned, is we are actually going to be increasing 1 additional sleeve to that. So you can get a straightforward 6 sleeves of X39, X49, or you can mix and match 12 of our other sleeves. So it's a nice round number. I know previously it was kind of offset a little bit. So now we have a round, you get full 6 sleeves or a full 12. And then with the premium pack, we have also added an additional sleeve from the previous 39 sleeves that you could have gotten. Now it's a straight 40, or you can get a 20 sleeves of extra.
I want to clarify what he's saying there when he's talking about 6 sleeves or 12 sleeves. What that is if you go in there and you X out your X39, You could choose up to 12 sleeves, but that would be anything other than X39 or X49. But you can still mix and match that. And in fact, I think what we'll do, I'll go ahead and let me show that to you guys so you can see it directly. Give me a second to go to the actual website and do this. I got some exciting news though for you guys. We had a girl, and I don't want to call her name because I haven't got a chance to talk to her directly. I sent her a message. Hopefully I'll get to talk to her soon. I don't even know when she became a manager, but it must have been fairly recent because I was just totally unaware of it. And but she, not only did she become a manager, it looks like possibly her daughter that signed up under her, she became a manager, and then she had a person that she signed up became a manager. Now, what's really fascinating about this, and this is where I've got to show you guys a little bit about this. I'm going to quickly sign in. So that way you can see what I'm talking about here. I can't because of the company's policies, I can't show you. I mean, I can get away with Ethan. We pick on him all the time anyway. So, or do I have you guys seeing the back office? No, you don't. I'm sorry. Let me share the screen. My apology. All right. So we're in Ethan's back office here. We're going to view his profile. This is what I talk about quite often. Now, the young lady that came in, she doesn't have as much volume as Ethan does. Now, Ethan is signed under John Moore. On his left leg, his LV, Ethan has 190 in volume, but on his right leg, he's got 54,000 in volume. Oh, y'all can't see me. I'm sorry. Well, it don't matter. I'll show you me when I get back to that screen. I'm ugly anyway, so it don't matter. Anyway, the important thing about this here is that volume there, that 54,000. When you're first starting off and you're not making very much money, it just seems like, okay, I'm making enough to pay my patches. I'm all excited about that. At least I got that covered with some of the people that I've brought in. But then you grow a little bit more snowball effect. Some of you are kind of like me. You got probably more customers than you do brand partners. And as a result of that, you've got a little extra income coming in because of your brand partners. But where the real money is that RV, that volume right there. Now this word is carryover. The carryover means it's like money is going in your savings account for a full year. And I was just talking to Kathleen. We were doing a Zoom meeting on how to create a Zoom, how to learn how to do a Zoom. So as we got into this, we were talking about, well, her year anniversary is going to be coming up before long. And am I going to lose all that? I said, no, it kind of like only falls off what you go, like if you go over a month over your year, you lose that tail end volume that you had. Your tail end volume though wasn't very much. As you keep moving along, your volume is getting much, much higher all the time. And so therefore you won't notice much of it when it falls off. But the important aspect of this here is this young lady, she had 5 times less than that volume that Ethan has. But when she went to work and her daughter went to work and then another, in other words, they learned that process. You become manager, then help your teammates become manager. And they did that almost like super quick. Boom, boom, boom. Must have done it in like a 2-3 week period or something. I mean, we didn't even see it happen. And then as a result of that, she actually earned from her first payout this week a binary volume of $1,000. That doesn't tell me what she makes on anything else, but just in other words, that money has been sitting there like a savings account for, and she got to cash in on it because they started getting some work going. And it wasn't just her work, it was her teammates' work as well. And no doubt her teammates also were getting binary volumes as well because they had become managers, both of them. So all three of them, I don't know what the other two got because that doesn't have any effect on what we earn. And when your teammate makes a binary volume that you personally signed up, you make 25% of that. So it's important for your teammates to do really well because you also share in that profit as well. But that's why every once, like I just got I've had 2 requests recently, which I can't do it. They have to contact the company about putting their auto ship on hold. One person wanted to put it on hold until January of next year. So I wrote them a letter and I let them know. And I don't. They could be. They may just be They may be a customer, and if that's the case, it doesn't matter. But if they're a brand partner, I know you can put it on hold for I think like 30 days or something. But if you go longer than that, you could lose your entire binary volume, which is that number right there you see on the screen there. And then you would have to start all over. Now, if you're in a good position already and there's always volume falling over, if you lost it, you'll still regrow. But the thing is, if you explode at any time and you lost that volume to start with, and you got to wait for that to build back up, now you're kind of having to work both sides of your business, whereas you're getting help to work one side of that business already. So that's why that's so important. And it's really like in the case of that one girl there, that's just, it's turned into a snowball for her. Now, I don't know what her binary payout will be next week, but it could be that, it could be less. It all depends. Every week is different on that. But the point is as long as she continues to grow, that payout will continue to grow as well. And so that was really exciting to see that somebody did that well with a binary volume on there. That kind of shocked me. I was like, wow, that's really good. All right, now let's go back though to let's see, I just want to go to lifewave.com. All right, when you're sharing with people, one thing always keep in mind, we have hands down the best product there is in the world. I mean, I really believe that. There's too many testimonies. I sit here and I look at the screen here and I see people here that I know good and well. It has changed their lives forever, including mine, my wife's. And as time goes on, more and more things are happening for us. Those of us that have stuck it out have really discovered that it does change your life. It does make things better in your body. And most everybody that's here wouldn't want to change it for anything at this point. And even many of you are probably like we are. We're not going to stop using it just because something gets fixed, because once you stop, then the stem cells turn off again, and then you go back to getting old again. And we don't want to go down that road ourselves, not anytime soon anyway. So what I would really, used to, I would always say, when you meet someone, I would focus on a couple of things. One, kind of like Steve Merritt. Steve Merritt always really says, focus on X39. When people come to our Zoom, we're going to talk about all the patches. If you go to Steve Merritt's Zoom that he does, and they do one every day of the week, 7 days a week, they've always got a Zoom going on, and Steve is right to the point, and they teach business, nothing but business. And you don't have to go to every single day of the week. What you can do is maybe pick yourself one Zoom meeting a week. And even the people that you introduce this to, find out what they think they would like the best. Our Zoom is really we're going to stay focused on teaching about the products, teaching about what they can do, the benefits. Right now, we're just kind of messing around with the business a little bit, part of it, because we know you need to know some of the changes that are going on. But as a general rule, we like to talk about, okay, which products work best, which ways, and stuff like that. And now we got our own board certified doctor here to be helping us out too, but I won't call him by name. So I'll just say he's got his hand over his face. That's all I'll say. So anyway, uh, but in sincerity, that we tend to be longer on our meetings than most people do on Zoom and stuff, and so that's another difference that we do. But what we want to do is we want to help you guys out and teach that aspect. But there's so many better people when it just comes to business. People that are really they're in there and they want to earn money, and they're wanting to do this as a very serious business. Then like Steve Merritt, he's really excellent for that. Mia and Richard, they do an incredible teaching as well, but they're more like we are. They're going to get into, you're going to learn about the products as well and the business. They're going to go into both. Same with Todd and Shannon, things like that. And John Moore, if you want to, I think, let me just see real quick. If you went to John's website, he's probably already posted, because he was going to post the libertyman.com. You can learn all kinds of stuff on John's website, but let's see here.
Zoom links are at the top there, Steve. There you go.
It's okay. So when we scroll down in here, oh, cool. Is that from Dr. Tesla's stuff there, the chronic
Right.
things?
I believe so. Yep.
Check that out. Okay. All right. Have you loaded yet, John, the different Zoom links yet?
Yeah, I need to get. I'm gonna have my webmaster clarify it.
Okay.
The top Zoom link is for Fridays and Sundays. The one below that is actually everything else.
Okay. Okay, I got you. Okay.
Yep.
Ah, there you go. Looky there. See, so we're going to use John's website because he's got it all. I love it. So yeah, so you got all kinds of time. The This Is It team. That's I think that's Steve Merritt's anyway. You got Monday, UK, Tuesday, Australia, Wednesday, Spanish, Thursday. That's amazing the way they've got theirs set up. So if you got brand partners you're bringing on, you guys could just go to John's website and then just follow the way he's done it, because at the top right-hand corner of his website, he's got the Lifewave, and then right up underneath our 8 p.m., like he said, go to the Zoom link and just click Zoom link, and that's going to bring you to the This Is It team. All the information, the times, everything you need to know, and then you can just click on that day of the week of when it goes. Looks like only Sunday is the only day they're not running a Zoom. So. But that is awesome, and that way people have the ability to go learn from different areas, because you might find that Wednesday's better or Monday's better for you. Looks like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday are all in English in Australia, I guess. And Australia would really be great for a lot of our friends that we have that can't attend our meetings, because right now for them it's probably about 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning their time. So it's very hard to come up with that. So that's really awesome that Steve Merritt and his wife, Gina, have put that together so we can make that a lot easier. But let's go back, though. The thing that I was going to share with you, when you click on join, and they've got this little I'm not a robot thingy-majig in there now, but click join now. They simplified it. You have the 4 different enrollment packs now. The starter, which is only $25, but you don't get anything with it, which, by the way, when your annual anniversary comes up, you do pay an annual $25 a year fee. That's your annual membership to Lifewave. That's in addition to anything else you do. These are things they do not because just to make money, but there are certain guidelines that do this industry. I don't understand all that because this is my first rodeo, so to speak. So, But really and truly, the next three, and I don't know, they'd show you in here what the differences are. Uh, like for example, if you go in at that top of the rank now, you're going to get you get 2 months of 110 PVs. I don't understand all that language there. We'll have to bring Todd or Shannon on to really explain those particular. Jason might be better actually for that. He's very smart on those issues there. But I would still, though, from my personal opinion, I wouldn't go, if you can, if the person that you're sharing this with, if they can go to advanced enrollment, I would start there. And it's not a matter about trying to sell someone something. I think it just puts you at a better position, because 9 times out of 10, when you begin to share this, the first thing I hear is, I need to get one. It's basically, to me, it's like a starter kit. You can do one X39 a month, but if you got you and your wife that want it in the beginning, and then a lot of times, if the person's a little bit younger, they got their mom, their dad, they're worried about, they're wanting to try it for everybody. You just can't do that with the core package. Core package is only going to give you 3 sleeves. Naturally, the higher you go, the cheaper the sleeves are. All right. But if you go to that advanced enrollment, there you automatically have got 6X39s. Now, when they said 6 or 12, that is if you exit out of that and you come over to patches and you hit plus. And then when you go to walk the people through all of this here, this is where, and believe me, Steve Merritt is not going to tell you to do this either on his training. He's going to tell you, get the X39 stem cells, let's go, we're done. And he's smart, all right? Like I said, when it comes to business, he's doing it the right way. But if you spend any time with us and you've already been learning about all these other different patches, Icewave for pain, glutathione for detoxing, carnosine increases in your body. It helps you with cognitive ability. That's where you can start clicking on them. These are $50 packs. Okay, so what they do, you can click on those. Silent Nights, Energy Enhancer, AccuLife for your, you can actually, Dr. Tesla would tell you could use any of these for your pets, not just the one. AccuLife is for pets, though, specifically. I don't know if I did Eon, SP6, Alavita. I just hit every patch the company has, and I still got room, as you can see, because we're still at yellow. And then I could hit an X39 one time, and I'm full. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I got 2 of the Y age, because that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did 11 packs of patches for that same price, but only did one X39 as Y. And you could mix that up too. If you take off, let's say you didn't want AccuLife because you really don't care about the dog in the first place, and you sleep pretty good anyway, you could get rid of that one, and then you can come back and you could go ahead and get the X39 for your wife as well. And you still got 10 packages of patches. You didn't really need 2 Eons, so you can get rid of one of those. You can go back and get your AccuLife for the dog. Oh, wow, I still got room. How'd that happen? I guess AccuLife was really cheap. Or did I? Oh, I didn't get it that. Oh, yeah, I did too. Huh. Let's take off AccuLife then, and let's go for one X49. The point being is you can mix and match that basket any way you want, and you still are going to come up with a lot of patches. That's really what it comes down to. But same thing with the core. If you select that, you're going to come up with 20. The company is going to give you 20 of the X39s, which I think that makes it to about $84 a sleeve. In the old days, I could tell you right off the top of my head, but I'll do the math on it real quick. So $87.50 a sleeve is what it breaks down to when you're doing it that way. So that's still cheaper than $99. And you know, the other advantage of that too, if you're going to premium, a big advantage in premium, when you're doing it more like a business, if you got somebody that's very interested, but they don't want to wait on getting patches, they're going to enroll, but they want to get patches right now, you could sell them the sleeve. You could sell it for the, $99.95, which is what they run discounted. Or if you want to do one $49.95, you could do it that way. Either way, it's still up to you on how you do that. And then when they get their order in, or you can do the way Jason and them do, they'll give you the pack, you get your order in, and you give them the sleeve back to where they don't pay anything, but it gives you those to be able to do it with. I don't recommend giving out X39 patches unless you give a small amount out. But if you give out X39 as a sample, that's the patch you don't know if somebody's going to have an immediate result. They might not. It might take them months before they really notice a difference. So it's really not, to me, advantageous to do that so quick. But anyway, so, all right. Let me stop this for a moment here. Anybody got any questions? I probably don't know the answers because I don't know enough about this new system yet. But what kind of questions do we have?
Steve,
Yes,
can you hear me?
I
Okay.
hear you.
Yeah. I found that for like the second, third, fourth exposure of people who are on the fence and they don't know, if I give them a patch to try, like I did today or yesterday, and they see that, nothing drastic happens, but they begin to feel a little less pain, then they actually purchase. So I was able to actually sell a couple of packs today because they had already been exposed to, I'm talking about like from when I did my seminar back in March,
Right?
and then followed up, through the summer. And sometimes it just takes people a little time to get used to the idea
Yeah.
and for them to know that, it's not going to hurt you. You just try it. You'll like it. So it just depends. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what Steve Merritt says too. Steve is always talking about patch whoever comes in with you. When you meet people, patch them, put a patch on them. I know that we had to go by the attorney's office not too long ago, and he comes in, he's wearing a pair of shorts, and he's just definitely not dressed the way the attorneys normally dress. And he said, please forgive me. He said, I was actually playing tennis and I ended up injuring my arm. He said, and I just did not feel like going home and changing clothes. He says, just a lot of pain. And Yana pops open her bag, pops out a patch. She says, try this and see if it helps. Stuck it on his arm. We do the meeting and stuff. We're almost near the end of the meeting. He stops and he says, what in the world was that you give me? And she said, it's X39. It's a Lifewave patch. He said, do you know my pain left my arm? He said, I can literally feel something happening. And he said, can I get some more of those from you? So she gave him some. And then he texted her the other day. He says, look, I need to be able to get signed up on this stuff. This is amazing. He said, can you bring me more? Because this is incredible stuff. So you never know. Like you say, Denise, you just never know what effect it's going to have on people. And we hear so many stories of people getting, very quick responses. And I think that is a very good advice there, is to give them a patch, put it on them rather, if you can. If they'll let you put it on it, put them on them so they'll feel the difference. And Yana just put it right on his shoulder, right where his pain was, and it actually helped. So, I mean, we know that it will do it, but it just depends.
I've got a question.
Sure.
I heard on the training Saturday, 2 Saturdays ago, that if you sign up at CORE and you keep your subscription up, it eventually brings you up to advanced automatically. Do you
And
know
that
about
that
that?
part I don't know about yet. I do
Okay.
know they made changes to where I guess depending on how many people that you bring in, you can begin to move up that way too.
I just wondered if from advanced to premium and that going to be the same thing.
That I don't know.
So, okay.
Yeah. That's what we need to get Jason or somebody that's actually got that knowledge to come in with us. How many of you guys are in that school that Andy Hosier's doing on Facebook? Janice, you are? Okay. And so Denise, okay. So if you want to get in on it, I don't know how beneficial it'll be. I'm sure it's still going to be motivating regardless. But they're doing a school for people that are either manager or close to being manager that want to get in there and make a difference basically between now and the end of the year. Um, so the other thing that I would say too is that's important is you want to watch the people that you do bring in. You want to make sure that they stay active for their own sake if they're brand partners. If they're just using the product, it's still good to kind of stay in touch with them for the simple reason is you're not going to see a benefit if you just stop and start. As the old saying goes, or not old saying, but scientifically, it takes 21 days to start a new habit. So it takes time for people to get into that habit of wearing that patch every day, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. So that's with Andy Hosier, whoever asked that question about the teaching on Facebook. Andy Hosier, it's a private group on there, and it's called, you guys remember what that's called? Something about school. I forget now. But
I
anyway,
think it's stemcellboom.com.
okay. All right. So, but anyway, what was I going to say there? Oh yeah, the thing is if people don't stick with it, they're never going to see the amazing results that people have seen already. I mean, you got Kathleen in here. Kathleen lost a cataract. John Moore's got a guy that his name's Scott that listens to his program, heard Kathleen's testimony. He started using X39 and lost both his cataracts. You got Ron here, congestive heart failure, kidney failure, leaky heart valve, and a thyroid issue. Didn't even have a thyroid, let's put it like that. Now he's got a thyroid, at least it does. Let's put it this way, he don't need no medication for a thyroid no longer. And he doesn't have congestive heart failure, and he doesn't have kidney failure any longer. So, that's because of sticking with it, Yes, Success School with Andy Hosier. Thank you, Kathleen. So, if you stick it out, it's going to change. I actually can feel my left leg now. I used to not be able to feel my left leg at all, from the hip all the way to the foot. I couldn't feel anything. And now I can literally feel, I even feel my left foot now when I've gone for probably a year and a half, 2 years, couldn't feel anything. And, blood pressure, I had borderline high. I ran around 150 to about 85, 90 on the bottom number there. And now I am running 117/77 consistently. And my heart rate, I've never had a low heart rate in my entire life. I've always been 95, right around in that area. Now my heart rate is 75. So when they say it rebuilds the heart and vascular system, it does. I mean, how else would I have that good of a heart system going? And I'm not the only one. I think, Janice, were you the one that told me that your blood pressure and stuff changed too?
Yeah, I was 186/90 about 5 months ago. And about 10 days ago, it was 117/70 and my heart or my pulse was 70.
So, It's just a matter of sticking with it. That's why I say, I mean, we're sitting here with the most incredible product you could have, a little bitty Band-Aid, and can change lives. And you realize, I mean, look, we were sitting in a restaurant the other day. This young lady, she comes up, she's waiting on us. Her name's Victoria, and Victoria, she goes like this. She says, uh, or she's talking to us, and every time she spoke, she had the biggest smile you could ever imagine, right? I'm sitting there thinking to myself, this girl would do amazing in Lifewave, just because she's so bubbly. So I started talking to her about it, and she got really interested. And then Yana picked it up and just kept talking to her. And then finally, we said, look, she really wanted to know more about it. She's 27 years old. So you'd think somebody 27 years old is not going to be interested in Lifewave, right? Well, she's signing up now. And then I did a three-way call with her, with Mia Finnegan, and come to find out, and we didn't even think about it when we did this, right? We just felt like, okay, Mia seems like she'd be a good fit for this young lady. So we get Mia on the phone, just mainly a way to kind of help, I don't know, I guess it helps verify that you're not just a quack saying it to somebody. So we got somebody else on that we figured would kind of help give her a little encouragement. And when Mia got on with us and everything and started talking to her, she says to Mia, she says, I am a huge fan of yours. And Mia says, what? She said, yes. She said, I'm a gymnast. She said, I've been watching you for years. She said, I've always followed your story. So it was kind of really weird to see how they had a connection. And then she started talking about, and I didn't even know this, right? She says, this X39 is really going to help me personally. And Mia says, how's that? She said, I already had a stroke. And she said, you what? She said, yeah, I had a stroke. I had a blood clot in my brain, had a stroke. And she said, so I'm on all kinds of medications and stuff. And she said, I really feel like this is a godsend. This is what's going to help change my life and bring me back to normal. And she said, not to mention, I got a lot of friends that could use it. And if they can't use it, I'm sure their parents could use it. So then she writes us the other day and she said, I've got almost everybody at work wanting to sign up and do this as a business. She said, so it's time to get with it and get signed up and get going. And that's all it takes. You never know who you're going to meet. But the interesting thing is, I mean, myself, John, we both have it to where we can share it through a radio broadcast, but I don't stop there because I realize that everywhere I go, somebody else needs this product as well. And you'll just feel impressed. Share it with this one. Kathleen, she goes to this some kind of a rowing thing, a boat thing convention, and got 87 contacts that were interested in Lifewave. That's why I say you never know where you can go. They might have a spring fest or something like that going on where you're at, or now that we're coming up on fall, they might have some kind of fall thing. Hey, maybe drop cards in these little trick-or-treater people that come around. I mean, I don't really do the trick-or-treat routine, but that might be the best thing you could do for them, is give them a real treat to have in their little bags, so they can take it back to mama. What's this? Somebody threw a Band-Aid in there. So I don't know, but it's just, the thing is it doesn't matter. You could be at the post office. I signed up 2 people at the post office one time I was listening to one person talk to another one about they had carpal tunnel. And I said, I know the perfect thing for you. And I said, what? I said, this patch that stimulates your stem cells. I said, I said, it doesn't heal nobody, but it'll help your body heal itself. And that brought 2 people on just doing that. So everywhere you go, especially if you go to the store, whatever, there's always somebody that needs what you have. And it's just having the courage to say something. You'd be surprised. Some people will think you're a quack, but for the most part, they won't. So anyway, you guys got any questions? It's going to be mine and John's bedtime before long. So
Pretty soon.
That's right. See there? I'm like John. I'm ready to go to bed at 9 o'clock myself. There's Kim. Kim, have you knocked it out of the
Yeah,
ballpark
I,
again, girl?
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I've been making pizza, so I've been listening the whole time. So
There
forgive
you
me.
go.
But I do have a question. When we talk about blood pressure on your personal, is it do you think it's the carnosine or the other patch that adds on to the X39, or do you think it's just the X39
For
on
me,
the
I
blood
think it's
pressure?
X39. I use carnosine occasionally, but not very, I've never done it consistently. And the reason I've not used carnosine consistently because I've not felt like I'm at the age of dementia yet anyway, or have signs of it. I did have some memory issues, but those have kind of resolved as well. But now, whether that was carnosine X39 or whatever, I'm not sure. Unlike John, John wears X49 from time to time as well. So I wear X49 from time to time. But for me, it has to be X39. That's the only patch I really stay consistent with is X39. So the others, I have used Eon. I do use Eon quite a bit. And Ron can probably tell you better than anybody some of the best ones. On that blood pressure, Ron, is that what you would think does the best on the blood pressure is the X39, or do you think Eon contributes to it? You're on mute, Ron. By the way, Ron is a naturopathic physician. Besides a space engineer, he is a naturopathic physician as well. So I'm not going to let him stay hidden in the closet no more. All right, go ahead, Ron.
I use X39 and 49, and I use Eon quite a bit for pain or inflammation and things like that. But I use a lot of acupressure points, and I think that really helps with the success, you know.
So now, if you were dealing specifically, let's say you have a blood pressure issue, when it comes to, let's say if you're just going to be using X39, or is there a combination you would think would be better? If it's a person dealing with heart issues, should they use X39 and X49 together? What would be your thought on that?
Well, when I was having the heart problems like that, I used the X39 and 49 all the time. And in a matter of like 3 months, the heart valve that was leaking so bad it almost stopped. So I think it was a good combination by putting them together that way.
Did you wear them? Because of the acupressure points, did you have one on C7 and the other one the 3 inches below the navel, or how did you do that? And which order did you put them in?
Well, when I first started, I used the governing, C7, yeah. It's actually one of the governing vessels they call the hammer. It's a really good spot and it's a powerful point. Below your belly button is C6, CV6, and that is a conception vessel, and it's very potent point. But I use the 49 on the lower part and the 39 on the upper. But then after about 3 to 4 months, I started swapping them back and forth.
Do you think there's a benefit for swapping them like that, or?
Well, anytime you're entering a different section of your body, you're going to get a little bit different benefit. And I've had pretty good success, I'll have to say that. I mean,
Definitely.
it has kept me going. So, you know, and I'm working on some new things right now to see how well it'll work and how functional. And, you know,
You've studied acupuncture as well, though, haven't you?
well, I use mostly acupressure. The punctures and needles, and I don't care much for sticking something in somebody. And then applying electricity to it, you know, see if they'll move or not.
I got you. I got you.
Steve,
Yes.
I only used X39 and that brought my blood pressure down. I've been on it three and a half
Okay.
months.
All right. Excellent. Now, Ron, I got a question for you on this right here. Seeing as we have you talking about this, I almost could have sworn I heard David Schmidt say that women have better success wearing X39 at that navel, below the navel point area than they do on the neck. Have you heard that?
I've heard that, but there's probably some truth to that because you're at conception vessel 6 and 4 is very close to it. That's another powerful point. So if you hit either one, it's going to do quite a bit of good. But it helps females more with their hormones, and it kind of balances the midsection out, you know. But it does help them. I think it helps them more in the midsection than it does us.
Should maybe they wear it, 3 of them then, and I'll put my wife so I'd make sure I don't miss the spot.
Well, if you put 3 straight down the front, well, maybe you better
I
not.
hope my wife don't watch this recording.
No, I was just teasing. But you get too many X39s on and you'll overload. I've done it.
That brings up a question because I have had people ask me about that. What about wearing more than one X39? And I know it's systemic if you wear one, but is there a benefit for wearing more than one?
If you had something that was really needing repaired and they were far enough apart in the system, maybe on different meridians in the body, you could find the point that would actually fit that spot and put one on there and then one on your neck as well. This hammer on the back of your neck like that works really well. Powerful point.
Is that right on that C7, Ron, or is it a little bit above or a little bit below?
It's in between C7 and the joint vertebrae right below it. There's a gap right in there where the actual pinpoint is at.
All right, guys, y'all, you know what to do now. Everybody's got to slide it down just a tad bit. It's good to know though, because listen, like the things that you've told me about, when I put those patches on that time there, and the one at the back, I wasn't able to walk hardly at all. And then I could run, and even now, if I get a little stove up, I put them all on again and boom, I'm back up and going again.
Those are nice points too.
Yes. Yes, indeed they are. Which reminds me, I've got to tell my daughter about the new one that she can do.
Yeah, don't forget that. It'll help her sleep.
Yes.
Where do I put my hand up?
If you want to do the sleep, you do Eon. It's going to be right there. It's where the skull comes down the side behind each ear, but where it kind of pushes in at. You're doing Eon on each side. And then you're going to take the Silent Night and like a rubber stamp, dink, right there on between the eyes there.
Well, you got the between the eyes right, but for the sleeping, that bone you're talking about, you go off the edge of it towards the center, just to where there's a dimple that goes right under your skull.
Under yours? Under
Okay.
yours?
You got half of everybody in here sitting there poking at their head, Ron.
There's a dimple right there. It's
Where?
bladder 20. Gallbladder 20.
Oh,
That's where I started putting Silent Night
Yes.
over the last week.
That's where I'm where to put.
And
Well, you put Eon there is what you do, Denise. You put it on both sides.
Well,
Right,
to get
Ron?
it started, put the Eon on to get any inflammation that may be in that meridian there.
Right in there. Like.
Okay, go ahead. I got it. Go ahead.
Anyway, then you put the Silent Night in the middle of your forehead, and that should help her. But after she gets where she can start to sleep, try only putting it in the middle of the forehead. If it doesn't work, we'll try a different combination.
Okay. And by the way, if you can't fall asleep because you got a patch between your head there, have your husband or wife stomp on your foot and you'll forget all about that patch in between your eyes.
Or a little ball peen hammer, just tap it. You know?
Yep. That's what my mother used to say. I'd tell her, Mama, this hurts and everything. Come here. Boom. Ah! Well, it don't hurt now, does it? All
Anyway,
right, guys.
hopefully that'll help a little.
I appreciate it. So, hey, Ron, you ought to come with me over with John Moore with us on when you get time again. I know you've been in the middle of some of your studies there, but when you get a little time, you ought to come with me with John Moore on Tuesday morning.
Well, I've got to leave tomorrow for, let's see, it'll be at least 2 days for a medical seminar over on the line over on the other side. So it's going to be at least 2 days on that. And
Well, maybe next week or the week after, we can schedule it out to where it works better for you.
okay, let me know.
Sounds great. I appreciate it. Guys, any last minute questions?
Can we,
No,
we've
you
got this,
cannot. You
we
can't do
got,
anything.
we got this new app. Can we have a Sunday night where we can have a lesson on using it? I've used some of the training, but it's not giving us any information on how we use it for customers that we already have.
Elisa, which app are you talking about?
The Lifewave app, where we enter our customers and that
Okay.
helps us follow our customers, but it's not giving us the ability to follow customers that we already have.
All right, here's what I'll do. I'm going to make myself a note, Lifewave app. I'm going to go ahead and get it downloaded as well, but I'm going to get somebody to jump on here with us that knows about it and that can help us next Sunday to, that's what we'll try to work on next Sunday then is the Lifewave app. Help everybody out,
Okay. Now I've done a lot of study on how to put the new people in, which is very helpful. But we need to know, what do we do with the customers that we already have that we want to follow up?
I got
Let's
you.
say we've got customers that are already in our system, or we already have, but we want to put them in our system to be able to follow up on them.
Okay. All right. I got that too. All right. I'm going to find somebody that can help us out and try to get them to join us next Sunday to we'll learn about the app.
I can help you.
You know about that, Josie?
It's Kathleen.
Kathleen? I got Josie's face on the screen as you're talking.
I know. I'm here too. We're both here.
Okay.
But first of all, I'll tell you about that in a second. But Josie had a question for Ron regarding her left arm that continues to give her pain.
Mm-hmm. Where would I
Okay.
put it? I put it right on the pain, and so far it's not
Tell them what
helping.
you're wearing.
I'm wearing the glutathione
And X39.
X39
And
the Alavita
And-
and the X49
Oh my
and the
gosh.
SG6 complete.
That's why you got all the pain.
And the Aeon.
she's gone from size 16 down to size like 11.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Where's
Yeah.
the pain?
Ron said, where's the pain? I'm going to mute myself so y'all can hear each other better.
Just above the bicep, between the bicep and before the shoulder.
The upper part? She doesn't have the bicep tendon torn, does she?
No, but I had a car accident and that was the impact that was there. So it could have been something there, but yeah, it's been giving me grief.
There's some
Show them. Pardon? Right here. Oops, sorry. Right there. That's where the pain is. Can you see it?
I don't see anything.
Oh, okay. So
You want to put your video on?
hold on 1 second.
Video.
Oh goodness.
Well, we don't want to lose them. Let's just. Oh, there you go. Video. There it is.
Okay, perfect. Right here.
Let me turn my captioning off. It's behind it. All right. It's right where?
Right there. So
on a-
there's my shoulder. Right there.
Like your
On the
muscle.
outer part.
Right there. Just a really,
Is the pain
and when
on
I
the
live
outside or inside? That's what Ron was asking.
In the muscle or the outside.
inside. Right there.
All right. Is it right in this part?
Yes,
Out here?
yes. No, the first you did. Yeah,
Right in here.
right there. Yeah.
All right. That's where the tendon comes up and joins at your rotator cuff. So on the back side, right here in the center,
Yeah.
right in the joint, you feel until you feel the dimple, and
Yes.
try putting Eon right there.
Okay, Aeon. Perfect.
Oh.
Okay, great.
Point right up here on your tricep. You can push it and you'll feel it sore.
Yes, it is definitely.
But one there, try that.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Yep.
And
Awesome.
he'll send you a bill for $595 for 15 seconds.
Thank you.
And that will be the bill that she does. So that's the bill that she doesn't pay. Ron, you're my upline. You're getting paid, man.
Oh gosh.
So can I tell you now about the app? Leave it.
Yes.
Okay.
Hang on, I got to mute. I got to find where it's at.
Here till 12:30 and left. You're gonna give me a husband bye. You just left. I won't see you in the morning because of our flight. Kevin even said it
Hang
doesn't
on,
make
where
sense.
is it at?
No, we didn't come here to hang out at Pussy Huddle. We came here to visit you.
Ooh,
You haven't even asked me
I
Maybe
can't
John.
even find them.
literally how
I think it's John.
been here. You've barely spoken 2 words to me.
Yep, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you, Kim. All right, go ahead. You tell us because we got Eliza ready to hear, so I'm gonna put you on the spotlight.
So I use the app quite a bit. And so basically you just go in there when there's a plus sign where you might not have prospects yet, but wherever you're adding your prospects, they don't need to be brand partners. It's just people that you're speaking to. So basically just hit the plus. So you can manually put in their phone number, their email, or just their text number. You don't even need the email. It's your choice. And then just add them. So it doesn't matter, like I said, whether they're a brand partner or preferred customer, but you can detail that yourself, and there's a lot of room for adding information. And so basically, once you put them in there, then you just go through the library and choose what it is you want to send them.
Did that help, Elisa? You know, I
Jeez.
could
Yes, yes. So I see where you can just put them in as a contact now. I was looking at it as you were speaking. So you can just put them in as a contact and they don't have to be, I got you. That's
So they're
perfect.
they're your prospects, but you can detail the information about how you met them or whether they are a preferred customer or even the conditions that they're addressing or that they're going to be, a superstar brand partner. And you can put all that detail in there to help you. And then the other part I really love is the calendar to remind you, like it actually tells you when they've looked at the video. And so then you can also set that timer for following up.
That's perfect.
Yeah, I love
Because
it.
it sounds like it will help so much, but I was just like, well, the problem I'm having is who I already have on my list, and I really need to put those on my new list.
Absolutely. That's right. But the other thing is, I'm just going to give a plug. I love both the contact or the prospect and the brand partner newsletters. that are being automatically sent out through me
Yes.
now. I really love that as well, because you're off leading and talking to new people, and those email follow-ups are really helping people to learn more and more about what we have here.
Yes. Yes.
And it's the same way, you send the same thing, but they want both the email and the phone number, first and last name.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you so much.
my pleasure.
All right, Kathleen, now I've got you. All right, I just opened up mine. How the heck do I add you guys?
Okay, just in on the bottom it says home. There's a few options there. It's actually 5 different
All right,
icons
I
in the
click
bottom.
on home and I
So
see
you
the
go,
plus where it says cards. Is that what I click on?
well, actually, if you just move over to the center one, there's a person, I guess, a round
Yeah.
circle.
Their contacts.
So that's where you just go there, and it says prospects,
Okay. Yep.
and then there's a plus to your right. Just click on the plus.
Oh, I didn't get a plus to the right. Oh, wait a minute. Huh.
I have never done the group. It does give you the option to add a group as well. I've never done that. I do individual.
All right, so I see the sort by last name, first name, recent activity.
But you first have to add the people.
Oh, I got to figure out where to add them at.
There's a plus sign to your right, bottom right, just
Add
above the bell.
member. Here we go. All right. Oh, okay. So it takes you right to your website.
Wherever you want it to go.
All right. I'll play around with it and figure it out. So.
But
I
now
gotta
there's one on there that's very special to me, and that is when you add the X49 to the X39, they have that test. That's very powerful, I find, to send that out to people who are using the X39
Right.
to know what they can get when they add, the X49 for cartilage. That's one of my favorite ones that I send out.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yes.
All right, guys. Y'all have a great night. It's John Mine's
Oh,
bedtime.
hold on. I
Yeah.
just have to say, Ron, I'm so impressed with your skin. Wow. I'm just blown away since January watching you to seeing your skin today. Like, I don't know, but it's impressive on this end. Like, I used
Look
to
at them
see.
rosy cheeks he's got, right?
Seriously.
Vita.
All right, guys. Y'all be good. And I will see y'all. Well, if y'all want to come to John Moore's program on Tuesday mornings, we do Lifewave for the first hour at that's at 8 a.m. Eastern. And John, how do they actually go to the program if they want
Just go to my website, thelibertyman.com, and there's a listen live link right there.
There you go. So, all right, guys, y'all have a great night.